welcome back. I'm Una, and on my channel I do videos about project planning and other related content, and today I'm doing an update for my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. This is a little bit on the earlier side, but I want to get my updates coming a little bit quicker, so let's get into it. In this project, I randomized 6 shades from my collection to work on, and my goal is either to hit 20 uses or to hit pan. And sometimes if I think I can hit pan pretty quickly, I will push past the 20 use mark, 25, 30 uses to hit pan. Yeah, so I'll just get into it from oldest to newest. My first shade that I'm going to talk about is the shade Carving from Cleona Cosmetics. I rolled this in about 2 updates ago. This is what it was looking like last update, and here it is now. My first update I had 10 uses, my second I had 15, and now I've used it 20 times. So I'm feeling good about that. There's a nice big crater in it, and yeah, I feel like I've gotten to know this a lot more, so I'm glad that I put it in here. It did get a little bit smushed, like I had a bunch of eyeshadows in my palette that I dropped when I was packing to come back to Michigan, so it got a little smushed around, but I still managed to preserve the dip, and I think it's solid. So anyway, that will be rolling out, which is really exciting. It's taken quite a while to get there, so I'm thrilled. All right. Next is another single shade. This is the shade Celine from Terra Moon's Cosmetics. This has only been in for 2 updates. This is what it was looking like last month with 8 uses, and here it is now. I am up to 15 uses, which is not great, but we're chugging away, and I should be totally able to do this by the next update. Yeah, this shade has been fun. I already was using it in a project earlier this year, so I feel like I've gotten some good use on it this year, and it's certainly not my favorite. It's a little bit unpredictable and a little bit sparkly for every day, but it's been fun to wear. All right, the next shade is from my ColourPop The Child palette. It is the shade Right Hand Mando. This is what it was looking like last month when I rolled it in, and here it is now. It's this one. Yeah, I did have a little bit of a dip going, and then when I dropped my palette, it cracked like pretty much all the other shades because it was in my magnetic palette, and I kind of had to smush it back in there, but we're making a little bit of progress. I've used it 6 times. I don't think I'll hit pan on this in 20 uses, and I do need to kind of pick up my use. But the color palette of everything else was a lot more pink, a lot more warm, so this was not always easy to reach for. So that's staying in. After that is the shade Shigora from Dandelions. Now this is a little bit of a story associated with it because actually the original shade cracked completely when I moved back home for the summer. So I kind of scrounged up the remnants of that and another shade that cracked completely and mixed them all together and pressed them into 2 pans. So the pan that used to hold Shigora, which was like a purple blue kind of similar to Carving, now has a Franken eyeshadow, and this one is actually quite shallow just because of the way that I ended up pressing them. So this is what it looked like last month when I rolled it in, and here it is now, and I have a massive pan. I used this 10 times, which I feel pretty good about. It's like kind of weird because it's a very pink purple base, like a bright kind of saturated pink base, but it has a very cool toned reflection or reflect as like a duochrome. But yeah, it's cool. I'm thrilled to have that giant pan. And once I hit pan, it was pretty easy to expand the pan. I think I will try to use this up early next year. And then I can maybe work on the other pan, which is way more full than this and will probably take forever to hit pan on. But I'd love to have an empty pan. So that's fun. And that's rolling out. Next is the shade Sting from my Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. I also rolled this in last month, and here it is now. It's the darkest shade. You can probably see a little bit of a dip. It's one of those classic dark browns. I use it as an outer corner. I use it to like blend out my liner or put a little bit of liner on when I'm not wearing a different liner. And I've used it 11 times. Yeah, it's fine. It's a little bit harder to reach for than other dark shades because I can't put it in my magnetic palette, so sometimes I forget to reach for it, especially because it's not always necessary. And I'm really trying to work on my black eyeliner to finish it up by the end of this year, but it's totally fine, and I'll finish it by next update. I'll get my 20 uses. I will not hit pan. Not a chance. All right, and the last shade is the shade Candid from my Give It To Me Straight palette. This is what it looked like last month when I rolled it in. and here it is now. It's got a little bit of a dip, which is about what it had last time. I've used it 7 times. I really don't like this shade on me. I think it's way too orange, but I can make it work. I'm actually wearing every single shade today. I have the brown on my outer corner along with a little bit of this, as well as this purple shade actually. And then I have these 2 duochromes kind of along my lid with, oh my gosh, I just got it all over my hands. Along my lid with Right Hand Mando on the inner corner, and as well as Celine to kind of blend that out and make it sparkly and pretty. All right, well, my hands are covered in eyeshadow, but no, that's not new. Yeah, basically I have quite a few more uses on this. It might take me 2 updates to finish because I don't really love this shade, but I think that will depend on the color story. So that is 2 shades rolling out and 2 new shades rolling in. So I will pull up a random number generator to generate between 2 on my spreadsheet because I have a header, and 198. So that means I have, oh wait, actually, I'm gonna remember to do this time. Before I roll my new shadows, I'm going to update you on my pan percentage, which is especially exciting because I hit pan in this update. So basically, last update, I totally forgot to mention this, and I hadn't hit any pans in a while, so it was kind of boring. But this update, as of today, which is August 28th, I hit 3 new pans in August, including 1 today, which brings me with a pan percentage of 19.919%, which is 49 eyeshadows out of 246 eyeshadows total. And then actually I have a total collection pan, which is also at 19%, with 56 pans out of 286 items total. So I'm so close to 20%. I think I'm going to kind of make it my goal to hit 25% by the end of the year, which would be incredible. That's 1/4 of all of my eyeshadows. I don't know if I can do that, but I think I have a chance. And getting to 20% almost is so exciting. I was at 12% at the beginning of the year, and it's been going up and up and up, and sometimes it plateaus and it goes up a little bit. So it's really, really thrilling to have it be almost at 20% at this point. We're like 3/4 of the way through the year. Not even quite. Anyway, it's really thrilling. I'm so happy. I'm really proud of the pans I finally managed to hit. I've hit 3 eyeshadow pans and a face pan this month, so I'm thrilled. And without further ado, I will roll in my new shades. All right, so that's from 2 to 198. So our first shade is 33 and 29. So we will see what those are. They're very close to each other. Okay, they're actually both from the same palette, which I guess I'll let it go for now, especially because this is a palette that I didn't have with me for the past 3 months. The shades it chose are actually these 2 here, Kiki and Sabrina. Unfortunately, because I have a dark brown already in this project, I think I'm gonna re-roll for one of these. This was 33 and this was 29, so I'll just re-roll 1 more, and then that'll also get us some more palette diversity. That is 177. 177 is a shade Noir from Looksy, which I think I've actually already had in this project before. It's this blue shade. I had this earlier in the year. I'm gonna re-roll again because I don't really want to work on the same shade when I have so many other eyeshadows I could be working on. So instead, we're going with 87. Please be a good number. All right, 87 is from my Oden's Eye Alva palette. I really enjoy that palette, so this will be fun to work on, even if I will probably only hit the 20 use mark and not pan. Alright, 87 is the shade Camellia, which is this matte here. That's actually really great to have a matte instead of a shimmer. And yeah, I've used this quite a few times. You can see there's some like disturbance in the pan, but nothing close to a pan. And I actually haven't tried to hit pan on one of these mattes before, so who knows? They seem kind of tightly packed, but they could not be. So that will be really fun. I will swatch everything together and then we will have our new color story. Alright, so this is our new color story. Apologies for it being diagonal. It's great to have more mattes. It is a little bit eclectic. It's a little bit all over the place with some like cool greens, brown, orange, purple, pink, but hopefully I can make it come together in something cool. Maybe I can do something kind of similar to what I've been doing that's kind of a little bit rainbowy. But either way, I'm really excited to be updating this. I have eyeshadow all over my hands, so I'm going to end this and wash my hands, and yeah, I'm really excited. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this update. I hope you will enjoy all my updates in the past. I think this is my 9th update for this project because I update it pretty frequently. And I hope you'll check those out. I hope you check out other people in the Pan Those Eyeshadows like world. There are tons of people doing it. It's a really cool project, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!